In today's video, I'm going to go over 20 items that I sold in less than 3 days on Poshmark and on eBay. Item number 1 is a really fun sale. It is this foam corn head. This was listed on eBay and Poshmark for $80, and it sold in 2 days on Poshmark for my full asking price of $80 plus shipping. This is actually the third corn head I found. I live in Iowa, so I probably have a much higher rate of coming across these than other people do. But I found 2 of them in 2022 at a garage sale for $5 each, and those both sold in under a month. One sold in 16 days, also on Poshmark for $80 plus shipping, and one sold in 29 days on eBay for $80 plus shipping. This one I sold most recently, it was more unique. It had this green husk on it that I hadn't seen any of the other ones have, but it also had quite a bit more damage to the foam. So this item might be something that you never come across, but then again, I found 3 of them now. Like I said, 2 were at one garage sale, and then I picked up this other one at an online estate sale, and I actually paid up. I paid $25 for it, but it sold, like I said, for $80 in 2 days, so I made a $40 take-home profit. Next up is a brand that you definitely want to be on the lookout for. It is the brand Marine Layer. I listed this sweater and got so many offers. I listed it at $50, and I think I had 6 or 7 offers within 24 hours. And I took the highest offer, which was $43 on eBay. Also, I'm not going to keep saying it, but the price shown is before shipping. So in this case, the buyer paid $43 plus they paid for shipping. I picked this up at a regular Goodwill. It's actually the only item in this video that I got at a regular Goodwill. I like to pick up items at the Goodwill outlet and garage sales the most, and also I do pick up quite a bit on online estate sales as well. So anyways, I paid $4.99 for the sweater and profited $31.77, and like I said, it sold the day after I listed it. The next item is an LDS triple scripture. It has 3 of the main books of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which is more commonly known as Mormonism. Over the last few years, I don't know exactly when it happened, but their leadership directed them to begin calling themselves members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and not refer to themselves as Mormons. I don't know the exact full history, but anyways, I believe I put Mormon and LDS in the title. This set of scriptures was pretty damaged. The cover was detached from the spine except for on like one line of one side. So given that it was that damaged, I'm very happy that it sold in 2 days for $12 plus shipping. Here is a very similar sale that sold in 3 days. This is an LDS quad, so it has their 4 main books. Let's see if I can remember them. Doctrine and Covenants, the Pearl of Great Price, the Bible, and the Book of Mormon. Is that right? Little known fact about me is I like watching YouTube videos about different religions, and I find it really fascinating. Anyways, this one is a leather quad, so it has their 4 main books. It's leather, it had no condition issues. Sold in 3 days for $40 plus shipping. Both of these I picked up at the Omaha Goodwill outlet. They charge $3 for $1 on books, or 50 cents each. So I paid very little for both of these, and obviously didn't profit very much on the triple, but I made a $31 profit on the quad. This next one I almost didn't pick up. Miss Me's have been a lot harder to sell for me in the last year than they used to be. So when I found these at the Goodwill outlet, I was not sure if I should pick it up because they're Miss Me's, which haven't sold as well. Still like $15 to $30, but they're also capris, and I feel like capris have been also a very hard sell the last few years. Well, I am glad that I did pick them up. They did not have any condition issues, which is why I decided to pick them up. I listed them at $25. 2 days later, I got a $21 offer, which I accepted. As I said, I picked these up at the Goodwill outlet, so I paid $2.25 and profited $14.50. Next up is a brand that is new to me. The brand is Lug. I went to a garage sale last summer, and the person had quite a few Lug purses and wallets. I ended up picking up 4 from this brand, as well as a couple other purses from other brands. I know I got a Dooney and Burke that I sold for like $70 or $80. Anyways, this Lug purse and wallet set sold the day after I listed it on eBay for $35. And just for a little context about the brand, I picked up, like I said, I picked up 4 bags that day from this brand, all sold within 100 days. Two of them were small and they had quite a bit of wear. Those two only sold for $15 each. Then this one sold for $35, and then another one, which was a bigger one that was in nicer condition, sold for $40 plus shipping. Next item, I think most of you will be familiar with this brand, Patagonia. It is a Patagonia vest. This sold the day after I listed it on Poshmark for $40 plus shipping. I did pay up for this. I paid $20 at a garage sale, but sold it the next day and made $12 in profit. This next sale is a really unique one. It is a lot of 63 coon hunting magazines. Specifically, it's the magazine Full Cry. I picked this lot up on an online estate sale, and clearly I must have seen high comps because I paid $55 for this lot of magazines. They sold 2 days after listing them for $170 plus shipping. I definitely listed them higher because I remember going back and forth with a buyer and then taking the $170 plus shipping offer. So after fees and after shipping, I made a profit of $83 on those. And those won't be the last magazines to come up in this video. That's a new genre that I hadn't sold before 2024, and I made some pretty high profit sales, so I'll definitely be on the lookout for big lots of magazines at garage sales and online estate sales going forward. The next item is the opposite end of the spectrum in terms of sale price, a very low sale. It is this Peloton sports bra. I paid $1 for it, and it sold the day after I listed it for $10 on Poshmark, so I made a $6 profit. I'm curious to know, is this something that you guys would sell? Or like, is a $10 sale in a day enough if you paid $1 for it, or is it not worth the effort? For most items, I do not want to sell them for $10. In this case though, sports bras are so easy to photograph. You know, you take a front, take a back, take a picture of the tag, you pretty much have what you need. Also, they're super easy to ship, they're extremely lightweight, they don't take up very much inventory space, and it sold in one day. So given all those factors, I think it was worth it. But if something takes longer to sell, takes up more inventory room, has any difficulty listing it or shipping it, then I would not want to list it for just $10. This next brand is Built, B-Y-L-T. I found a short sleeve shirt in a size extra, extra large that was new with tags. And actually, when I found it, I was so excited. And then I was actually pretty disappointed when I looked up sold comps, because I'd heard this brand being talked about in the reseller community as, you know, like a brand to look out for. And so I was just expecting the sold comps to be higher. And for this short sleeve new with tag shirt, the sold comps were around $25. So I was just a little disappointed by the price point. But I listed it at $25 and I got a $23 offer the next day. So I'm super happy with this sale. I paid $1.34 for it at the Nashville Goodwill outlet, and I profited $17. And who knows, maybe I should have listed it higher. It sold really fast, so clearly I could have probably listed it higher. The next item is completely out of my comfort zone, and I just looked up the numbers on the bottom of them and, you know, hoped that would be enough to accurately list these. And it was. It is this set of 2 satellites and a router from Netgear. These sold for $93 plus shipping on eBay 2 days after listing, and this was an international sale, so they paid a decent amount for shipping. I bought these for $25.30 on an online estate sale auction, and that means I profited after fees, after shipping, after my cost of goods, $52. This next sale definitely wins in 2024 for the best sale of the year. They are campus boots from the brand Fry. So like, study this style of boot from Fry, because if you find it, you found really good money. I listed these, well, first of all, I found these at the Des Moines Goodwill outlet, and they just rolled out beautifully in a new bin right in front of me. I could see the interior of the boot, and I recognized the orange interior and knew they were Fry. And then I pulled them out, and I was like, talk about an adrenaline rush. So excited. I picked those up at the Des Moines Goodwill outlet for $5.73. I listed them on Poshmark and eBay for $250. I think, if I remember right, I listed them like late, in like between 5 and 8 p.m. and I woke up in the morning and they had sold like shortly after I went to bed. So after fees and how much I paid, I profited $188 on these. Last year, I came across 3 pairs of pre-owned Fry boots at the Goodwill outlet that all sold for over $100. The other 2 pairs I picked up at the Nashville Goodwill outlet. This pair of harness boots sold for $165 in 49 days. And then this pair of vintage braided boots sold for $110 in 62 days. So I had 3 sales last year of Fry boots that I picked up at the Goodwill outlet. Just to make sure I'm telling the full story, here are some other Fry sales that I've had. And this is just to show you that style really, really matters and that not all the styles sell for over $100. Next, we're moving to another item that I sold quite a few of in 2024. It is this new with tags swimsuit from the brand Andy and the style the Malibu. This specific swimsuit in a size large sold in 2 days on Poshmark for $45. I actually bought 12 swimsuits from this brand, all new with tags from a seller on Whatnot. And I had 3 that were specifically black, new with tags, and from the style the Malibu. One was a small, one was medium, one was large. I think I listed all 3 of them at $60, and they all happened to sell on offers of $45. So the large sold in 2 days, the medium sold in 7 days, and the small sold in 32 days. And I did pay up. I paid $16.43 each, and then I made a profit of $13.32 on each of those 3 sales. Next is another set of magazines. This is a bit of a controversial listing. The magazine is the Easy Riders magazine, and the older the magazines are, the more they're worth. Unfortunately, I only had 5 that were from the 70s or 80s, so I put them together in one lot, and they sold 2 days after listing for $20 plus shipping. I picked these up on an online estate sale auction, and I got quite a few magazines in the lot, and it came out to less than 10 cents each, so I profited $15.02. Next is another lot of the Easy Rider magazines. This was a lot of 54, and they sold 2 days after listing on eBay for $75 plus shipping. In total, I paid $4.70, so I profited $55.89. Item number 16 sold 3 days after I listed it on eBay. It is this pair of mules from the brand Piccolinos. These were in like new condition. Picked them up again at the Goodwill outlet, paid $1.59, and they sold for $25. This is a brand I had not come across in a couple years, so I wasn't sure if it still had a strong resale value. But you know, $25 in 3 days, I'm very happy with that. And I was left with a $17 profit after fees, shipping, and my cost of goods. Next up is a classic brand that I come across here and there every year. It is the brand Ariat. It's a pair of low-rise boot jeans. They did have a small hole and some wear on the hem, and they sold 3 days after listing for $20 plus shipping. The next item is something that I don't know if I've ever listed before. Like, I don't know if I've ever listed a coffee mug. My friend sent me a picture. She was cleaning out her coffee mugs, and it looked like it had some resale value, so I thought I would give it a try. I was shocked because it sold the next day for my full asking of $12 plus shipping. This one's a little questionable because it did take more effort to ship it because I needed to make sure it didn't break in transit. We have 2 items left. Next is this 1978 Sears Christmas catalog. This is another estate sale auction pickup. As you can tell, I pick up kind of random things from estate sales, but basically I just go through their catalog and I just look things up and I learn as I go and try to find things that are worth reselling. So I paid $16.10 for this catalog. But I could see that Sears Christmas catalog Christmas specifically, sell for a lot of money. This sold the day after I listed it for $55 plus shipping. So I made a profit of $26.57. And the last item, this one's unique because I've never had this experience before. What happened was I went to the Goodwill outlet, I bought a bunch of stuff, I brought it home, and then when I went to list it, I opened up the bag and just got hit by cigarette smell. And it was like, something in here reeks like cigarettes. And it was these shoes. So they're a Kate Spade and Keds collaboration. And I debated not listing them because they smelled so strongly. I ended up deciding to list them, but I listed them pretty low, and I disclosed that they smelled like smoke. They sold the day after I listed them for $14 plus shipping. I did message the buyer and make sure she saw that these have a very strong cigarette smell, and she responded back. I can't remember what she said now. Something about her mom being a smoker or something. Like, she did see it. She was aware. So we're all good. I paid $2 for those, so I profited $8.50. If you enjoyed this video, maybe you learned something new, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, please go check out some of my other videos, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned because I'll have a new video out soon.